I want to share something really, really quick. I had this guy that reached out to me. This has been months ago. This individual reached out. He's at the company. This company is a M&A company, mergers and acquisitions. They basically buy and sell businesses. And so we get on, we do a Zoom a couple months ago, and he's like, dude, honestly, I just wanted to like make sure you were legit. I wanted to make sure that you weren't like a scam or, selling some sleazeball thing or whatever, because there's a lot of that. And I said, yeah, I totally get it. He said, I would like you to come on and do an interview on a podcast. And I was like, cool. I love doing that. I love to hear myself talk. Come on, man. So it's been a couple months. He finally messages me, and this person lives in, I think, Vietnam. And we get on, and I go onto his calendar, and his times are terrible. 12 o'clock, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. because of the time difference. Terrible. So he has this slot open this morning for 7 a.m. And I'm like, I'm going to get that slot. So I hurry and I book it. And I'm just going to be candid with you guys. At 6:50, my alarm's going off. And I'm not proud to say this. My alarm's going off. My wife's like pushing me on the shoulder, like, Nick. It's almost 6:50. And I told her the night before I have a podcast interview in the morning. She's like, it's almost 7. I'm like, oh crap. So I run upstairs and I sit down here in this chair. By the way, I have my day planned out, and I'm like, okay, this podcast is going to be 45 minutes. I'm going to be to the gym by 8, all of this stuff, right? Then I'm going to come home. I'm going to do this and this. I have the whole thing planned out. Well, I wake up, I come up here and I open the email, and it's like, here's the link. And it says, just expect our podcast to last anywhere between 60 and 90 minutes. I'm like, yo, I don't know if I got that long. Like I do, but I don't know if I want to dedicate that much time. That could have been a deal breaker. That's a long time. And here's the irony in all that. The interview this morning, it went over 2 hours. With us talking, starting the recording, it was over 2 hours. Why am I telling you that? This guy interviewed me, and he interviewed me as somebody who has been in the SEO space, but doesn't really understand fully the rank and rent model. So he's literally just asking questions. He's just asking question after question. What about this? And how are you selling? And what niches? And he's asking all the same questions you guys have. And this is what's crazy. So I get done. It's like after 9 o'clock. I'm like, dude, I got to go to the freaking gym. I haven't even been to the gym yet, whatever. And I call my wife. I'm like, hey, I just got off. She's like, what? What'd you guys do on that? I'm like, I don't freaking know. But here's what I wanted to share is coming away from that. You're like, okay, 2-hour interview. You're talking. You guys are jamming on whatever. This is subject matter. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been talking religiously, guys. I do a show on YouTube on Monday. I do this call on Tuesday. I do a live on Wednesday in the free group. I usually do 1 or 2 interviews throughout the week. All I talk about is this. But I want to tell you is as we were wrapping up, I realized I'm like, dude, I said something to him specifically. I didn't even remember the question he asked me. And I said, I think the reason I'm so excited about this is because I have context. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, all I did from the age of 12 till I was 18, 19 years old is I worked on a farm, and I moved irrigation pipe, and I cut sagebrush, and I scooped chicken crap and fed horses and did all that stuff till I was 18. And then I went to Africa, and it was freaking work just to get water to take a bath with a freaking cup to take a bucket shower. And guess what? Inside of that water, at one point we had a dead dog. And so guess what we did? We didn't get a new well. We just had to start putting bleach in our water. So it's like, okay, cool. And then guess what I did after that? For 4 years, I made my money knocking doors. So of course I'm excited, bro. I was just went on my rant. I'm like, we get to sit in our freaking Lululemon, our backwards hat, in the AC or the heat, if you want, in a blankie or a snuggie, and we get to make thousands and thousands and millions of dollars for those of us that are doing this for real. And we don't have to go out and pound doors. We don't have to go out in the cold. We don't have to go out in the heat. We don't have to freaking go and figure out how we're going to get water to shower. We don't have to go and move irrigation pipe and sit on a tractor for 12 hours when you're 14 years old. We get to sit here and make thousands and thousands. And if y'all would just freaking hear me and follow me, could be millions of dollars doing this. It's like some days it seems fake to me. And I know some of you guys are like, dude, you talk about this all the time. I know, but I think if you guys would just have some context, and I know some of you do. I know some of you, I know Jeff sitting at the fire station right now. He knows what I'm talking about. He's like, dude, I'm out here freaking getting people, I'm pulling people out from under a car and picking up their brains that are all over the road. Like, I get it. But some of you guys, maybe that are young or like haven't really done any of that stuff, you got to remember this opportunity. On top of the fact that this is scalable, on top of the fact that this is asset-based, on top of the fact that this, you can do it from anywhere. On top of all these other things, you get to do it from wherever you want. You get complete autonomy. And so the reason I get frustrated a lot of times with some of you that are complaining or that are so, sometimes people get pessimistic and negative and, oh, this isn't working and Google did this and, oh my gosh, you can't get any business owners to answer the phone, and the business owners, they just don't get it. And it's like, yeah, that's true. But I'd sure rather be doing this than knocking doors, man. I'd sure rather be doing this than being in Huntsville, Alabama on July 4th when I should be at the pool eating a hamburger and I've sweat through 2 pairs of pants and I shouldn't have worn tan today and I got the sweat ring on my hat and I stink and I just went into a house that has cats and I'm allergic to cats and, oh, they just told me no. I would way rather be doing this and dealing with these problems than those. And with this, we get assets. It's mind-blowing.